Hello my dear students, today we are going to answer the most important 20 questions, part 1, 2023 GAT math. Let's start with the first question. It takes a car 3 hours to cover a distance of 800 kilometers per hour. So we have 3 hours to cover 800 kilometers per hour. How many hours will it take to cover the same distance with 600 kilometers per hour? So in this question we have a distance of 800 kilometers, this is per hour, and we have 3 hours, so we multiplied it times 3. So it would be 800 times 3, which equals 2400. Okay, then divided by the new rate, so we will divide it by 600. So we cancel 2 zeros with 2 zeros, so it will be 24 divided 6, which equals 4 hours. So the answer is 4 hours. Let's move to question 2. Muhammad pays 1,200 to buy books. The 1,200 is 15% of his salary. So we have 1,200. This is only 15% of his salary. How much is his salary? We want to know 100%. This is all of his salary. So to find x, just make cross multiplication. It will be 100 times 1,200 over 15. Divided 5 equals 20, divided by 5, which equals 3, divided by 3 equals 1, divided by 3 equals 400. Just multiply them, 2 times 4, which equals 8, and write down 3 zeros. So his salary is 8,000. Let's move to question 3. We have a circle and we have a square inside it. A square of area 100 inches squared. Find the area of the circle. This square, its area is 100 inches squared. As you know that the area of the square is side times side, which equals 100. So if you would like to find the length of one side, just take the square root of 100. So the side length of the square equals the square root of 100, which equals 10. So this side is 10 and this side is 10. Okay. Now we want to find the area of the circle. As you know that the area of the circle is pi r squared. It means we want to find the length of the radius. How can we find the length of the radius? Just find the length of the diagonal. You know that if we have right isosceles triangle, with this angle measures 90 and we have 2 equal sides, and this side is s and this side is s, so the third side it will be s root 2. So if this side is 10 and this side is 10, so the third side it will be 10 root 2. So the length of the diameter is 10 root 2. And you know that the radius is half the length of the diameter. So the radius length is 5 root 2. Now we can find the area. As you know, as we said before, the area is pi r squared, so it will be pi times the radius squared, which is 5 root 2 squared. So it will be pi 5 squared, which is 25, and root 2 squared, which equals 2, so it will be 50 pi. This is the area of the circle. Let's move to question 4 about the radicals. We have the square root of 1 over 4, the square root of 16 over 81. We'll start from this part. Just take the square root of 16 over 81. The square root of 16 is what? It's 4, and the square root of 81 is 9. Now it's easy. We can find the square root of 1 times 4, which equals 4. The square root of 4 is 2. And for the denominator, 4 times 9 equals 36. The square root of 36, which equals 6. So the answer is 1 over 3. Let's move to the next question. 1 minus 0.00001. So write down here 1 point, and we have 0.00001. Just put zeros here. Okay, then power 1. So this one it will be 10. This is 9. This is 9. This is 9. This is 9, and the last one is 0. Write down that 0, the decimal point. 10 minus 1, which equals 9, and write down 9, 9, 9, 9. This is 0, and this is the final answer. Next question about the square root. If we have 2 over radical 2 plus root 3 over root 6. Before we start to answer this question, you know that root 6 equals root 2 times root 3. Also root 2 times root 3, this is equals to the square root of 6. So we can rewrite this question to root 2 plus root 3 over, as we said before, root 6 is root 2 times root 3. Now we can cancel root 3 with root 3. So the question now is root 2 over root is 2 over root 2 plus 1 over root 2. Write down the same denominator, which is root 2, and 2 plus 1, which equals 3. Next question, question 7. If 4 kilo of milk plus 3 kilo of rice is 196 reals, and 8 kilos of milk plus 6 kilos of cheese equals 420 reals. Then compare 1 kilogram of rice and 1 kilogram of cheese. Okay. Now in this question, we translate it into math. We have 4 kilograms of milk plus 3R. This is equals 196. And also we have 8 kilograms of milk plus 6 kilograms of cheese. This is equals 420. You can divide the second equation by 2, because 8, 6, 420 even numbers, and all of them are divisible by 2. So it will be 4m plus 3c. This is equals 210. Now we have the first equation is 4m plus 3r. This is equals 196. And also the second one we have common 4m equals 3c plus 210, which is greater. 3 kilograms of rice equals 196, or 3 kilograms equals 210. This is about the cheese. I think cheese is greater. Makes sense. Okay, so the answer is B. Let's move to another question. Question 8. Find the value of k such that the number 2, 3, k10 is divisible by 2, 3, and 5. You know that this number is divisible by 2 because we have an even number at the units digit, and also this is divisible by 5 because we have 0. If you have 0 or 5 at the single digit, so the number is divisible by 5. How can we check this number is divisible by 3? Just add the digits, the values of the digits. 2 plus 3 plus 1 plus 0. 2, 3, 1. I think 2 plus 3, 5 plus 1, which equals 6 plus 0 will be 6. This number is divisible by 3, so we can put in the value of k 0. Let's move to another question. I think we have an easy question. Question 9. 50 over 1000 plus 55 over 100 plus 505 over 10. And this is an easy question. You just will cancel 0 with 0. So you have 5 over 100 plus 55 over 100 plus, you can add 1 0. This is a kind of multiplying by 10 for numerator and denominator, so it will be 5050 over 100. Just add the numerator and write down the same denominator and find the final answer. Next question. Out of 100 people, there are 65 people who speaks Arabic and 70 people who speaks English. How many speak both languages? How many speaks both languages? Just add them, then subtract 100 from the sum. So it will be 135 minus 100, which equals 35. Next question about geometry. Question 11. The area of the triangle ABC. All of this triangle, its area is 128. We want to find the area of the shaded part. Only this part. Okay. And all of this triangle we have, check this triangle, we have 4 triangles. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we want to find, and they are congruent by the way, if we want to find the area of one triangle, just divided 128 by 4. So it will be 32. Okay, 12 divided 4 equals 3, and 8 divided 4, which equals 2. So the area of one triangle from the 4 triangles equals 32. So the area of this triangle, check this triangle, its area equals 32. Also in this triangle we have 4 small triangles. So if you want to find the area of one of them, because they are congruent, you will divide the 32 by 4, which equals 8. So the area of each one equals 8. Also we have this triangle. We have 4 congruent triangles inside it. So we will divide it 8 by 4. So the area of the smallest triangle is what? Is 2. Question 12, we have several numbers and we want to find the median. Just arrange the numbers from the smallest to the greatest, or from the greatest to the smallest. So we'll start with 3, then 5, 7, 9, 13, 19, then 23, 29, and 31. Cancel one from the left and one from the right till we have the middle number. So the answer is 13 for this question. Let's move to question 13. Value of x equals 14 and y equals 15. Find the value of 1 over 35 times x times y. We have x equals 14 and we have y equals 15. I think it's very easy to answer this question. Just you can simplify it. 35 divided 5 equals 7 and 15 divided 5 equals 3. 14 and 7 both are divisible by 7. 1, 2. So the answer is 1 times 2 times 3, which equals 6. Okay. Next question, question 14. Find the value of x. We have fraction 1 over 7x plus 1 equals 1 over x plus 13. This question, or this type of questions, if we have the numerator equals the numerator, it means that the denominator equals the denominator. So we can write it 7x plus 1. This is equals x plus 13. So 7x minus x, this equals 13 minus 1, which equals 12. So 6x equals 12. It means x equals 2. So the answer is 2. Let's move to question 15. How can we find measure of angle x? You know that this angle is called an exterior angle. This angle is called exterior angle. And the measure of the exterior angle equals the sum of measures of the two interior angles except the adjacent angle. It means 120. This is equals x plus 30. 120. This is equals x plus 30. So x equals 120 minus 30, which equals 90 degrees. Let's move to question 16. 150 centimeter boy is standing and his shadow is 300 centimeters. And a manual show shadow is 1200, so right here 1200. What is the manual height if they are at the same time and the same place? So this is x. Just make cross multiplication. It will be 150 times 1200 over 300. Cancel 2 zeros with 2 zeros. So divided 3 equals 1, divided 3 equals 5. So it will be 5 times 12, which equals 60. And write down 1 0, so it will be 600. Question 17, we have a quadrilateral and we want to find the value of x. So this is 3x, 2x, 120, 130, and 20. You know that the sum equals 360. So we have 2x plus 3x plus 130 plus 20. This is equals 360. Means 5x plus 150 equals 360. Subtract 150 from both sides. So we have 5x equals 360 minus 150. 0, 1, 2. So it will be 210. Then divided both sides by 5. So x equals 21 divided 5 equals 4, and the remainder is 1. 10 divided 5, which equals 2. So the value of x is 42 degrees. Question 18, a math question about a guy bought 20 notebooks and 20 pens. And notebooks were priced twice as pen. So the price of the notebook is twice the price of pen. The sum of them is 60 riyals, so this sum is 60. Now we want one of them, n or p. Just plug in the value of n equals 2b, so it will be 20 times 2b plus 20b equals 60. So 20 times 2, which equals 40b, plus 20b. This is equal 60. It means b equals 1. So if we have b equals 1, so n equals 2. So the price of one notebook equals 2 riyals, and the price of one pen is 1 riyal. Let's move to question 19. 3 circles tangent to each other have a radius of 1. You have 3 circles like that. They are tangent to each other. Sorry for my handwriting. Drawing. You have 3 circles and they are equal in radii, and the radius of each one is 1. That is combined. We want to find the combined conference. We want to find the conference of all of this shape. Just find the circumference of one circle and multiply it times 3. As you know that the circumference of the circle equals what? 2 times pi times r. And we have the radius length equals what? Equals what? So the circumference of the circle is 2 pi. If you want to find the circumference of all the 3 circles, just multiply it times 3. So it will be 6 pi. The last question, question 20. If the area of the irregular hexagon is 60 inches squared, what is the area of the shaded region? You know that all of these triangles are congruent, and they have the same area. So if the area of all the hexagon is 60, so we'll divide it 60 by the number of triangles, count them 6, so it will be 10. So the area of the shaded region is 10 inches squared.